Hey everyone, how's it going? So today we're taking a look at the Apple Watch Ultra, Apple Watch Series 8, and Apple Watch SE 2. But let's go ahead and get into the actual fun part, which is actually taking a look at these watches. And of course, I am gonna go ahead and get started with the Ultra, which is the one that I'm most excited for. And this one I did order for myself to see if I might like it. Personally, I've never been a big fan of large watches, but I'm hoping this one maybe doesn't look too big on my wrist. I guess we'll see how it looks, but you can even see that the box already is a different size. The actual paper color is like, it looks like paper, like actual paper. This almost has that like plasticky paper feel. So this looks already more premium. Now at $800, this is not very different than last year's like titanium watches, which is what I have here to show you and also to compare. So here in the box, we have a cool thing of a mountain so that you know you're sporty when you're getting it. This little piece of paper here, what is this? Oh, it's a booklet actually. Okay, it shows the watches, kind of like how when you get an actual high-end watch, you get one of these. And it just tells you about the watch here. Of course, we have the international orange accents, and that's pretty much it. Here's something else. Very cool actually. That's kind of neat. Now I'm gonna be honest, some of the features that are on this watch, I have no idea, I never heard about really. I'm not someone that camps or goes out to the woods like waypoints and all that. That's kind of cool, I learned about that recently. But I'm not getting this watch for those reasons. And I don't think a lot of people that would get this watch are even gonna get them for those reasons either, as is the case with most things. Most people that get the Pro devices aren't actual like professionals or anything like that. You just like the design and you want that watch. Honestly, like my dad saw this watch and he likes it because it reminds him of watches that he's had, and that's why he wants them. He's not outdoorsy. He doesn't want to go dive super deep underwater. He just likes the design. And I think that's where most of us are gonna fall under in this scenario. Now here we have it. I love the way that this is actually presented. It looks stunning. The paper in here, it almost looks recycled. And I just really like that. Wow, it looks like cardstock or something. I don't know. So first off here, the cable that we get, let's see, not to break this, it is braided here very nicely. I like that, but it's just a cable to charge your watch with. And of course, the main attraction right here, the Apple Watch Ultra. Let's see just how ultra this thing is. Wow. Okay, I don't want to break this plastic either, so what? Where is the, okay, here it is. There we go. Oh, I broke it. Okay, I broke it, whatever, I tried. There we go. How about that? Of course, the back ceramic, the front, I believe, is sapphire, just like the higher end watches from before, and the body is titanium, which they almost made it seem like that's something special, but of course, Apple has sold titanium watches before. Here's the titanium Space Black or whatever it was called last year, and I've been a huge fan of this watch. It hasn't scratched up at all. I've treated it like garbage over the past year and it looks brand new and perfect. It's held up incredibly well. Now of course we have something else on the box. I'm like, something's missing. The strap itself, that's missing. So let's go ahead and see what that's like. Right here, this opens, and then let's see here. Did I open it backwards? What? Okay. Interesting. I think I did. Okay, and here it is. This is the strap. So again, the same materials, that really nice paper here, and that bright orange. I had to get the orange because orange accents, I mean, is there anything more outdoorsy than like green and orange accents? I don't think so. And then right here. Now, first impressions, honestly, I'm not a big fan of the actual color of the watch. It's bronze, basically, and I think it looks a little bit cheap, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna just say it looks great. Just first impressions, it just doesn't look all that nice to me. Just me. I do like the ceramic back here. It's almost a little bit beigey. It's just this kind of has like a cheap sheen to it. It almost looks a little gaudy or something. I don't know. Maybe not. But that's my first impression, at least. Let's see here. How does this go on? Put on this watch, come on. There we go, and it just kind of loops through like that. There we go. And there it is, it's on right there. My wrist is about like 18 or 16.5, so let me check. All right, so my wrist is about 16, 16.5 centimeters, so 165 millimeters or something like that. That's about it, just so you get an idea of how big my wrist is and how the watch looks right here. And let's just go ahead. Of course, there's a difference between both of my wrists, but only a very little bit. And put on my Series 7. Right there, you can see the difference between 45 millimeters and I think this one's like 49 millimeters. Yeah, there you can see that. It doesn't look huge, gigantic. I mean, it's big, obviously, but it's like not like, you know, like gigantic. Let's go ahead and boot this up here just so we can see. There is, of course, a ton of other features on this watch, which is what appeals to me personally, is the fact that it has basically twice the amount of battery life as the Series 7, or actually Series 8, so the newer one. And talking about those, how about we unbox those as well so that we can just compare all of them. Let's see here, get rid of all this here. And let's just go ahead here and open the Series 8 in the Starlight color just so we can compare some things here. I'm not gonna take a look at those, no, I am gonna take a look at the bands. I wanna see the color. And it's kind of a shame they got rid of the titanium because honestly, I don't know, if I don't like this one, I would have upgraded to the Series 8, but now with no titanium, I would just keep my Series 7 now. So here it is. Not much has changed. In fact, I would say nothing has changed really between the Series 7 and Series 8. Of course, you do have crash detection and a couple other features. But they didn't really update it like they did last year, which was the real big update where we got that larger screen and everything. So if you have the Series 7, unless you care about crash detection, which if you're upgrading your phone, that's gonna have it, I don't see any point in upgrading your Apple Watch at all. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Sport Loop here. This color looks very interesting. Ooh, I like that. That is like nice, right in time for the, what do you call this? I was gonna say the Halloween season, but just fall in general. This looks super nice actually. I really like that, wow. Let's go ahead and put it on the, what, did I lose it? Yep, on the Series 8 here. And I'm probably gonna end up putting all these bands backwards or something. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's just to see these things. How nice is that? The Starlight with this band is actually a really nice color. It's got like purple hues, blues hues. I really like this. Wow, that's a nice band. All right, let's put this one side. Let's open the SE2 now. All right, saving the cheapest for last here. And of course, this is the watch to get, honestly. If you just want a fitness tracker and a timekeeping device, this also has crash detection. So this is the watch to get. If you want an Apple Watch, just get the SE2. I mean, it's gonna do it all and you're gonna save quite a bit of money while still getting, you know, all those new features that just got announced. It's just as fast and speedy. It's not gonna feel sluggish or anything. In comparison to the other ones, they all have the same processors. So here it is. Is this Starlight as well? I don't even remember what color I got for this one. Are they both the same? Yeah, they are. They're both Starlight. But the SE2 actually looks a little bit more goldish and the Series 8 looked a little bit more silver. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead and boot both of these up just so you can see the screen difference here. And let's see, what did we have a band in here? Of course, you're gonna get chargers with all these watches. And only the Ultra is gonna have that really nice braided cable that we saw. All right, so it looks like we just have a Starlight sport band here. So let's go ahead and open that. And that'll do it with the opening of boxes here. All right, so here we have it. This is actually one of my favorite sport band colors. It's just like a stone color. It doesn't really look like Starlight. That's like stone, and I really, really like that. If you've ever wanted like just a light color band, don't get white, get this stone colored. Trust me, it's awesome. It's gonna look great when you're going out and when you're just exercising. So here we go. How about we put all these just on one hand? Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna be the Apple Watch king here. Can we do this? All right, we got it on there. Look at that. Some people thought they were gonna show off buying the Ultra. Well, look at this. I have 4 Apple Watches on my wrist. How about that? You want the time? I got the time. I got it 4 times. I can have 4 time zones at the exact same time. The more videos that I make, the more I lose it and the more I go off just general script is what happens. So obviously this doesn't really help at all, but you can kind of just see the sizes there a little bit compared. But let me remove these. All right, so here we have the SE2, Series 8, and the Apple Watch Ultra. You can see the size differences there. 49mm case, 45mm case, and 44mm case. So this SE2 is gonna give you a smaller size of a screen here compared to the Series 8. So you are missing out on that update, which was the big update last year when you get the SE2, but I don't think that's a huge downer, especially for the price of like $250 for this. So I think that's still a really great deal for the SE2. That is the Apple Watch to get. The higher in price you go, I think the less features you're gonna be able to use that make that money worth it. And you can see the screen here of the Apple Watch Ultra in comparison to the Series 8 isn't significantly bigger. Like once you get to Series 8, this is already a really large screen on a watch. Of course, this is larger, but what I like about this is that battery life, the brightness is going to be much brighter outdoors. And when you see them here in the B-roll, you can see how much brighter that Ultra is compared to my current Series 7. And that's what I'm really gonna compare it to, because this Series 8, I'm just gonna kind of write it off as a great watch, but it's not an upgrade over the Series 7. I would still recommend, if you don't need crash detection, the Series 7 on a good deal if you can find it, as opposed to the Series 8. Now, one of the things that I'm most curious about here is if I can put my Apple Watch bands on my Watch Ultra here without a problem. Now, if I can get this off, they stick a little bit more here than on the other watches. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and put a wide band that I have, since this would match more with the aesthetic here. And let's see there. Oh, I'm missing the other half of this band. Hold on. Alright, so now we finally got it. So it's not wobbly anymore. That was just me. I made a mistake. And they're actually on there locked tight. And since this band is a little bit wider, it kind of fits the aesthetic well enough that you wouldn't notice. And it works perfectly fine, actually. No problem here. So you can use your bands. Let's obviously try a thin band here, which is one that I have that I recently bought when I went to Disney. So let's see here. So of course this is a huge contrast here, very thin band and something that doesn't match the watch's aesthetic at all. I am having trouble. It only wants to go in on one direction for some reason here. Nope, it doesn't even want to go that way. I'm gonna have to press here at the top a little bit. I wonder why. There we go. So it's being a little tricky here. I'm not sure why. There we go. And let's go ahead and put it on. Oh, it actually fits perfectly fine. I thought it would be different, but no, I guess it's the same size basically. Yeah, it looks like. So yeah, no problem with using that. You can use any of your bands on here and you're not gonna lose them. So great. That's probably the best part here. So let's see if we can use the new bands on the old watches in case you like this international orange band and you want to be or look more outdoorsy. Let's see how that looks. No problem at all. Fits better. This one fits better on this than these do on this one, at least just putting them on. But let's see here how it looks. I actually really like the look of this here with my watch. Okay, and then you can see it. So now you can finally buy official watch bands from Apple that are wider. And I know some people like that look. So if you have a current watch and you want to make your watch look like it's wider, then definitely buy some of these Apple Watch bands from the Ultra for your current watch. It's going to give you that aesthetic and you get to try out the new bands here. I'm sure there will be knockoffs soon enough, but there you go. I like that. And it feels nice too. So 36 hours of battery life here on the Watch Ultra, while 18 hours on the Series 8 and about the same on the SE2 as well. That Watch Ultra is just going to give you that much more battery life. It's going to give you more screen brightness outside, so it's easier to see. And this is all going to play a factor into if you are working outdoors all the time or doing outdoor stuff. Of course, this is going to be beneficial with the Ultra. If you're an average person, if you want that extra battery life and you can stomach how big it is and heavy, I think more importantly, it's the heft to it. There's a significant more amount of heft to it, which this one doesn't have here. So this one's also titanium. They're both titanium. Titanium is used mostly just so things stay lightweight. If this was stainless steel, it would weigh a fortune in comparison to titanium. And of course, if it was aluminum, it wouldn't last very long outdoors and it would scratch up too easily compared to titanium. So again, I don't care personally about all the features and I'm not gonna go over them. I'm gonna use this exactly the same as a normal watch. That's my use case. And that is gonna be the use case, I believe, of 80% of people that buy this watch. Like, I think that the 20% are actual divers and marathon runners and everything, and they're gonna love the heck out of this watch and it's actually gonna work for them. The rest are just people that wanted a bigger watch or like the design, the rugged design, and that's it. It's that simple. So I'm not gonna test out any of those crazy features because I'm not gonna use those crazy features, and I'm not gonna pretend like I'm gonna ever use those features, so I'm not gonna speak to them. And one thing I do want to note is that be careful with your current Apple Watch bands. When you put it in, you're gonna have to push in with your nail on the little clips because this watch seems to be a little bit tighter or something, and so you don't wanna ruin them. But here, let me go ahead and just go ahead and set this up. There is a software update as soon as you get the Watch Ultra. Alrighty, so let's see here with my gray band here that I really, really like. That kind of works as well. I'm honestly not really a fan of this color. It looks really tacky to me. I think it should have just been black or silver or space gray or something. I mean, this titanium black was just so nice and understated. This one kind of just looks a little off to me. Maybe over the next couple of days I'll get used to it. I don't know. I'm just such a stickler for colors, and this one just isn't doing it for me. That bright orange is nice, but it could have been so much better with a different case. So as far as the SE and the Series 8 go again, I really like both of them. Personally, I would go for the Series 8. I love the size of the Series 8. The screen size to me is just amazing. It's basically the same body, but just a larger screen size. They're basically the exact same. And so for that, you get to see text a lot clearer. You get to see messages a lot clearer, and it makes a huge difference. I've loved my Series 7 more than any Apple Watch before, only because of that. It's just so much easier to read, and to me that is important. But that's because I am constantly replying to messages and seeing those on here. If you're just gonna use it as a fitness device or something like that, then just go ahead and get the SE2. Even if you're gonna reply, you wanna save some money, get that SE2. It's the best Apple Watch money can buy right now. Best bang for your buck, and it's great. Now, of course, if you can find a Series 7 from last year on sale, you might be able to come close to that SE2 price. I don't know, that's definitely a better buy. Personally, I don't think crash detection is that big of a deal. If you get a new iPhone, you're gonna get that feature as well. And of course, it'd be great if it saved you in a crash, obviously, but hopefully you never have to use that. Odds are modern cars are safe enough that you can call the police or ambulance right as soon as that happens and you won't really have an issue. But of course, Apple is really advertising that safety stuff right now, so it really just depends on what you want. So if you really want that crash detection, the cheapest way you can get it is with the SE2. Now lastly, of course, that always on display, does that make a difference? Most of the time, honestly, no. I never really noticed the always on display on my watch. It's cool that it's there, but it's not the end all be all feature to have on the Apple Watch. It's just a good feature to have. So yeah, on the SE2, it's not going to be always on, it'll turn off. And some people actually like that, you know, that it's off, and when it's on. But that's pretty much it. Aside from that, not many design features here that have changed. I still am waiting for Apple to see if they'll ever release a round Apple Watch. That'd be kind of cool to get different shapes of Apple Watches. I think the bands would still work, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. And there you go, Apple Watch Ultra, Apple Watch Series 8, Apple Watch SE2, and my Series 7 right here. Of course, I'm wearing the Ultra right now. And yeah, hopefully they gave you an idea of what these watches kind of look like. Let me know what you think about the Apple Watch Ultra color right there. I don't know, and this band too. I might actually just buy this band for myself because I dig it. Love the colors. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Goodbye.